Okay then, my bunch of bookworms, how did you get on? Did you have a nice time exploring some books this morning? Oh, I hope you did. Right, are you ready for some mathsy thinking then? So, we're going to get our brains nice and warmed up by doing some subitising this morning. I've got my subitising cards with me today. So we're going to have a quick look at those and then we're going to think about how we can combine amounts for our main mathsy job today. Okay? Right, just remind me then guys, what is subitising? What does that mean? So if I got you to look at this card and subitise it for me, what am I asking you to do? Well done, I'm asking you to look and see how many are there. Now, can you count? No, well done. If you're subitising for me, that's when we don't count how many we've got. That's when we try and use what we can see to help us work out how many we've got all together. Now we always say, don't we, if we can't subitise, then it's always okay to go back to counting, isn't it? But we want to try and subitise first, okay? So for example, I might say, I've got 3 dots on this card and I know I've got 3 because I can see 2 here and 1 up here on its own, and I know that 2 and 1 is 3, so there must be 3 dots. Shall we practice a few together guys and see how we get on? It's a little while, isn't it, since we did some subitising together. So let's see how we do. Oh, let me just give my cards a bit of a shuffle, a bit of a mix. Here we go. How many have we got here, guys? We've got 4. Well done. Now this 4 is in the shape of our dice 4, isn't it? And we've been practicing our dice faces lots and lots. So you might just recognise this one by looking, which is amazing. There are some other clues that we can use to help us subitise this one though, guys. I wonder, what can you see to help you work out there's 4? I can see a group of 2 here and a group of 2 here, and 2 and 2 is 4, okay? Or I can see that it's in the shape of a square, and I know that a square has 4 corners and 4 sides. So this must be 4. Okay, let me find another one. Are you ready for a hard one? How many here, guys? There's 2, isn't there? Now, the smaller the amount we have, the easier it is for us to subitise, isn't it? And we kind of just know there's 2 just by looking at this one. We can see 1 and 1, and we know that 1 and 1 is 2, don't we? Nice and straightforward, that one. Okay, what about... oops. This one. Now then, another thing that we said is that the more dots we have, the harder it gets to subitise, or the more of anything we're looking at, the more there is of it, the harder it is to subitise. And that's where being able to spot groups and patterns really helps us out. So if you can you tell me how many dots we've got here? And then can you tell your grown-up how you know? Now that's the really clever part of subitising. It's great to be able to say how many there are. What's even better though is being able to say how you know. So how many have we got here? We've got 5, haven't we? Well done. And how do you know there's 5? Shall I tell you how I know? I know there's 5 because I can see 3 here and 2 here. And we've learnt that 3 and 2 makes 5, haven't we? Now you might see it in a different way. You might see 2 here, 2 here, and 1 here. 2 and 2 and 1 makes 5. And that's absolutely fine. It doesn't matter how you see it, guys. As long as you can explain how you know, that's the important thing. And it doesn't matter if it matches mine. It doesn't matter if it's completely different. It's your ideas. Now, of course, when we get into our bigger amounts, if you can't subitise, what could you do? You can go back to that good old counting finger, get him out and count up how many we've got. So let's just double check I was right. Have we got 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was right. Well done, guys. Let's try this one. How many have we got here? 3. Well done. And how do you know there's 3? There's 2 here and 1 here. 2 and 1 is 3. Okay, let's do one more. How many here? 4. Well done. And how do we know there's 4? And again, guys, you explain the way that you see it. Doesn't matter if it's different to the way I explain, okay? For me, I can see 2 up here and 2 down here. And I know that that's 4. Another way you might see it is having 3 here and 1 here. 3 and 1. I know that that's 4 too. It doesn't matter how you see it, guys. As long as you're able to explain how you're seeing it, that's the important thing. So, for your first job today, can you go onto the next card, click through the stack for me and see if you can subitise how many dots there are. Now, if you get stuck or if you're not sure, of course, you can always go back to counting using your counting finger to find out how many there are. That's absolutely fine. But if you can subitise, try and be really clever for me and explain to your grown-up how you know how many there are. Good luck, guys. Have a good practice and I'll meet you back here in a second for our main maths job today.